In the heart of West Africa, more than 700 years ago, lived a king whose wealth the world still cannot calculate. A ruler so rich that when he traveled, he changed the economy of entire nations. This is the untold story of Mansa Musa, the richest man in human history. Before we understand Mansa Musa, we must understand the world he ruled. In the 14th century, West Africa was home to the powerful Mali Empire. It controlled the world's richest gold mines, mines that supplied almost half of the world's gold at that time. The kingdom stretched across deserts, rivers, and great cities. Trade routes brought salt, ivory, and gold from Africa to Europe and the Middle East. And at the heart of this empire sat one man, Mansa Musa. Musa was not born into the throne. He became king in 1312 after the previous ruler went missing during a voyage across the Atlantic Ocean. When Musa took power, Mali was already wealthy, but under his leadership, it became a global superpower. Musa was not only rich, he was educated, religious, and skilled in administration. His rule transformed Mali into a center of culture and knowledge. In 1324, Mansa Musa made a decision that would etch his name into world history. He set out on a pilgrimage to Mecca. But this was no ordinary journey. He traveled with 60,000 people, 12,000 slaves, and hundreds of camels loaded with pure gold. Each camel carried nearly 150 kilos of gold dust. Musa gave gold to the poor, built mosques along the way, and stunned every kingdom he crossed. When he reached Cairo, he spent so much gold that the price of gold fell dramatically. For 12 years, the economy of Egypt struggled to recover. This is the first and only time in history that one man single-handedly caused inflation in an entire country. When Musa returned from Mecca, he brought scholars, architects, and books back to Mali. He rebuilt the city of Timbuktu into the world's center of learning. He built the famous Jinguereber Mosque, which still stands today. Timbuktu became home to thousands of students and one of the greatest libraries of the medieval world. Long before Europe's Renaissance, knowledge was shining in West Africa. Modern economists have tried to estimate Musa's wealth. Some say he was worth more than $400 billion in today's currency. But the truth is, his wealth was impossible to measure. He controlled entire gold production systems, trade routes, cities, and natural resources. His power was beyond numbers. Mansa Musa's sons inherited the empire after his death, but they lacked his leadership. Neighboring kingdoms attacked, trade routes changed, and slowly the empire weakened. By the late 1500s, the great Mali Empire that Musa built had collapsed. Mansa Musa's story is more than a tale of wealth. It is the story of a man who used his power to spread knowledge, build cities, and strengthen faith. 7 centuries later, his influence still echoes across Africa, and his name remains forever written among the greatest rulers in history.